And welcome inside the Backstage Pass, our final show of the week here. Tomorrow's TGIF, but we get to take off and have some fun for the weekend, go out of town and enjoy. Of course, Kyle Park going to be at Camp Margaritaville this weekend in Galveston, Texas. Looking forward to talking to Texas country royalty down there, too, as well. He's been doing it for over 20 years and just put out a new album back in January of this year. Of course, we're out there, KKTC, True Country 99.9, and our friends out there at High Tide Country. .net, always powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. And it's very rare I get to do this, but I'm excited about this today because we don't get to do a lot of Texas country artists because I'm stuck in Nashville half the time there too here on the show, which is rightfully so. I should be there because that is Music City. But one of our own here, Texas country, got to see him play a show last week at a local venue here in Beaumont, Port Neches, Texas, and pleased to feature him here today as an artist here. Just 16. The talent coming out of this guy is just oozing with confidence out there too. Breylon Cropper to the show. Breylon, what's going on, man?
Not too much. Just been school and music. School and music. That's all I do.
I feel like that. Work, podcast. Work, podcast.
That's it. That's all I do.
It's like a tennis match here. Hey, let's talk about this. I got to meet a lot of great people out at the event. Appreciate you doing this with us today and singing some songs. We got to play the current single this morning called Strong, which was on KKTC 99.9 on the call-ins we do 3-4 times a week with Shelly in the mornings too. Good feedback on the single too, which is great across all the streaming platforms. But I mean, I know you, but I want to get the audience to get to know you too as well. Talk about just the background, the upbringing, the connection to music, because this happened shortly after COVID, right?
Yeah, that's about when I started.
Tell us that story. Yeah.
So basically, I started playing guitar literally in the summer of 2020. So right in the middle of all of the beginning. I learned from a guy down here. I learned G, C, E minor, and D. That's all I got. And then I was done with it. I didn't want to practice anymore. So kind of stood it off to the side and then picked it back up, I guess, 2 years ago. And I called a buddy of mine. I knew he had played for some nursing homes and a few restaurants here and there. And I asked him how do I get in the scene. And there's a place out in Beaumont called the Log On Cafe that I played my first gig at back. Oh, it's been a year ago, I guess now. So that was pretty cool. I had a lot of people come out. It was a great time. And then didn't really think too much of it. Didn't think it was going to go anywhere. And then I made a Facebook page. I made all my socials. And people loved what I do. People love my story. And then last year, I wrote my single. I had gone through kind of a rough patch with my dad 2 years ago. And we don't really talk anymore, but I wrote the song as kind of a song of redemption, I guess you could say. And I really was hoping that it would kind of help turn my situation around. And unfortunately, that didn't really happen. But from the stories that I've gotten off of it, it's helped many other people. And it really has touched more people than I ever expected it to touch. And people relate to it. It's a very emotional song. It got a lot of heart to it. So I recorded it back in the summer of last year, and we put it out in August. And now I'm at, I believe, 9,000 something streams on Spotify, whatever else across other platforms. So it's been heard, and I've gotten some really cool stories from other people. It may not have done what I wanted to do, but it's touched a lot of other people, and I'm really happy about that.
You know, that's songs, Breylon. I mean, I'm in this business full throttle, and I can tell you from the broadcast side to, some of it I've done some booking and management side. Every song didn't have to be a hit. It's not going to sit out there, and every song is going to hopefully touch somebody at some point, but not everything's going to go, top 25 or land on this chart because it's hard to get on the radio playlist. And so any success that you have out there is great success when it comes to stuff like that. And it's got to be even mind-blowing for you in a short amount of time to take this, because I keep telling people you're just 16. I've gotten to see you play live. You got that deep kind of baritone voice and kind of drawing comparisons, maybe a little bit to like a Scotty McCreery there too. I was complimenting you like a Waylon kind of Willie low tone there. Was it 90s country that kind of personified you, I guess, growing up? Were you around 90s country music?
All the time. Lots of Texas country stuff. So lots of Josh Abbott. Wade Bowen was a huge name in my house growing up. But just stuff that you don't really hear mainstream radio, I guess. I listen to a lot of just kind of backwoods stuff that no one really knows unless you listen to it. But I've always been around country music. It's been my favorite. My mom's been a 90s country fan, George Strait, her entire life. She loves George Strait more than anybody else. My dad has always just grown up country. He's got anywhere from Joe Diffie to Garth Brooks, all over the place.
Yeah. No, which is good there too. And like I said, those names are always synonymous, with 90s country, and they'll be synonymous for a long time because of those timeless classics. And, it's just always fun to talk to great artists that really shaped it today for the artists that are paving the way there too. For all the great artists in Nashville and, of course, Texas country. I mean, we're going out to Kyle Park this Saturday too. He's been doing it for over 20 years, put out some great music. And I love the songs he's done, such as Rio and just all the great songs that Kyle Park has done too. There's just too many to list right now too. But let me ask you about this left-handed guitar player. We don't see too many of those guys out there. So when picking it up, was it hard to learn the chords? Were you always doing things left-handed?
So I've been a lefty. I grew up a lefty. I write left-handed. I throw left-handed. It's everything. But I tell people this all the time. It is the worst thing I've ever done as a musician to learn left-handed. I can't just go to like Guitar Center and pick up a guitar and play it. So I have to I really have to narrow down where I'm going to get my guitar, and I need a new one soon, but I don't know where I'm going to go yet. But it's learning it is actually, it's kind of interesting. It's like a mirror image effect. So it's actually probably easier to learn than right-handed because I can see exactly what they're doing and then just mimic it on my side. But other than that, this left-handed thing, no, it was horrible. It was the worst thing I've ever done so far.
You mentioned the chords there too, which is cool to see out there at the same time. I love it too, because that's one thing I never could master. So your mom was saying too, teaching yourself a few chords and YouTubing some and then taking some private lessons. That had to be cool. At the same time, with my fingers, and I try to be as coordinated as possible, but sometimes to fit between the strings and, G to A minors, all the different chords, it just seems like it. And I got to see you perform live. It just seems like now, after doing it for a long time, it just comes natural to you, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is good. Evan says that left-handed question was good. There you go, Mr. Interviewer person. No doubt out there too. Appreciate you guys tuning in there on YouTube out there. Well, I'm not going to wait any long too. We'll take a break, timeout, word for sponsors here coming up in a little bit and kind of set the tone for next week. And of course, we now can say we will be at CMA Fest 2024, June 6th to the 9th in Nashville, Tennessee. We got our media credentials in today. So myself, Elise Saunders, and the Backstage Pass team will be at the 2024 Country Music Association, the big festival up there, the largest music festival in the world. We'll set the tone for that, and I'm sure Breylon's going to be tuning into a lot of shows because there's no telling who we're going to be interviewing there during CMA Fest coming up this summer, brother. But I'll let you take it away. You want to start with the single? Let's do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Strong for Breylon Cropper. Here it is.
Lady, it's been a good while, old life's not going too bad. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Still working on this heart of mine, 'cause it was broke to a million pieces, and you were too selfish to see it. Well, if you don't mind, and you had the time, there's just a few things I needed you to know. Love 'em up strong, don't tear that boy down like you did to me when you left this town. Hold 'em real tight, don't let 'em ask why. You messed up once, don't screw it up twice. You might not get that much for me, that's just the way you wanna be. But with him, love 'em up strong. Here's some advice, and I ain't gonna say it twice. So sit back and listen, do some reminiscing on memories that we never made. Take 'em out to a lake, catch a fish or start a fire. 'Cause as simple as that, it ain't complicated. Your love is what he desires. Well, if you're gonna raise him right, and you had the time, there's just a few things I needed you to know. Well, love 'em up strong, don't tear that boy down like you did to me when you left this town. Hold 'em real tight, don't let 'em ask why. You messed up once, once, don't screw it up twice. You might not get that much for me, that's just the way you want to be. But with him, love him, love strong. No, you won't hear for my heartaches, hear for my mistakes. Damn, it's been pretty rough. You don't have to let him go. That's why you need to know to love him, love strong. Tear that boy down like you did me when you left this town. Hold him real tight, don't let him ask why you messed up once, don't screw it up twice. You might not get that much for me, that's just the way you wanna be. But with him, love him, love strong. Love him, love strong.
And there it is, strong from talented Texas country artist Breylon Cooper. I want to say Cooper. Why do I want to do that? Breylon Cropper here on the show. Cropper. Breylon Cropper. I always want to say Cooper. There's just so much about the way the name is spelled, and I'm sure you've been called everything else.
Absolutely.
When it comes to Breylon Cropper here on the Backstage Pass again. Strong, the current single across all those platforms. See, no matter how long you've been doing this, and I've been in this 26 years, there's still a thing called broadcasting and self-correcting. That's just part of doing what we do here in the industry too. We'll take a time out right now, come back and have some more questions here in the segment on the Backstage Pass. Again, if you're looking for the best in country Christian music, look no further. Our friend out there, Jonathan Bond, Grammy-nominated recording artist. Love his music, a positive, uplifting message. JonathanBond.com, and of course, click the link there. Get taken to his YouTube channel. It's always good stuff out there for country Christian music out there too. And our friends at Jewelry by Tommy, if you're looking for that jewelry out there too, look no further out there. Your friend, your spouse, your family member, our friend Tom Burley, email him to burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order. It's handcrafted, handmade. It is Jewelry by Tommy. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. Word from our other sponsors here. Coming back more with Breylon Cropper here on the Backstage Pass, KKTC True Country 99.9, and our friends out there too at HighTideCountry.net. Always playing the show, and of course powered by the Sports Guys Podcast.com. Hang tight. A word from Bangtail Whiskey. Get your order in now at bangtail.com.
Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show, Breylon Cropper joining us here. The Backstage Pass, a little Texas country music, getting away from Nashville for just a little bit, but of course, we'll be back into it next week. Jess Kelly Adams, Cindy Thompson, and of course, Doug Gray of the Marshall Tucker Band. And just got a call today. Pam Tillis coming back here. Speaking of old school country, Pam Tillis, the daughter of the great, late great Mel Tillis, will be here on the program promoting a show May 31st at the Golden Nugget in Lake Charles. It'll be Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan too out there too. So a lot of good stuff coming up here on the show here too. Got some questions coming in too, which is always a good thing when the audience can take over and I'm not the only one asking questions out there too. And you may have answered some of this too, maybe just people just tuning in. What was the whole purpose behind Riding Strong, if you care to answer? Zandon. Okay.
Like I kind of touched on earlier, it was a song about redemption. I have a little brother that lives with my dad now. I haven't seen him in a few years, but I wanted him to know that I hope he grows up with a happy life. I hope he grows up enjoying what he does. And that just because things didn't work out with me and my dad doesn't mean my dad's not a good person. My dad's a great person. He's just made some mistakes. And I wanted to write that song as a song of redemption. And it's helped a lot of people. It may not have helped me, but it's done what I wanted it to do. And I appreciate that.
Oh, good stuff. Keep asking the questions. We'll put them up on the screen too. And like I said, I'll just navigate through everything. We usually save this for like a rapid fire thing, but you know what? Hey, I'm going to go for it right now. There you go. All right. So Jose, favorite food. All right.
Oh, okay. I really like pasta. I don't like tomato sauce, so I would have to go with like Alfredo dishes. But chicken Alfredo, shrimp Alfredo, steak Alfredo. If you throw in any meat in Alfredo sauce with noodles, it's gonna be great. That's gotta be it.
All right. Go back here. I love this too. Evan comes in, says, "All right, cat person, dog person. Why?"
I like cats. I have never personally owned a cat. I think there's a lot more work that goes into him. I own a Basset Hound. He is my best friend. His name is Rambler, and he is awesome. But I can appreciate cats, but I love dogs more than anything. So dog person for sure.
All right. I think Mom's tuning in here too. So I knew she was going to have a question here too. So this had to be, am I correct on that? Is that Mom?
Yes.
All right. So, okay. All right. So we're going to get the scoop on this, or can you release this as of yet? Another song you're releasing? All right.
I'm planning on working with a team to put out an album. It's going to be a 5-track album about people in my life that have built me to who I am today. And I just played I don't know if you were there for this. No, yeah, you were. I played a single that I'm planning on putting out. It's more of a Christian-based single, a little more on the Christian side of music. But it's my first one, and I just had a message come to me one night, and I put some chords together, put some words together, and I would love to put it out as a single. Right now, I'm stuck. I'm trying to figure out who I want to record my next stuff with. I love the guys I did it with for my first project, but I just want to see where different people work, and would love to see what I can make out of all these songs. So that's where I'm at.
All right, we'll go back to Zandon here too as well. Like a game show host here. I love this. Learning minor and major scales from instrumental ensemble help you.
I would love to say yes, but that is band life and this life are nowhere in the same whatsoever. I can't even read guitar tabs. I'll be very honest with everyone on here. I can't read guitar tabs at all. I just look at a chord, I play the chord. That's all I can do.
That's it. Hey, at least you can play the chord, no doubt about it too. Hey, tell me about all these great shows. You got a lot of cool things working on this area. Again, appreciate you inviting us out there. Last week on Sunday, Courtyard Cafe was good times, man. Always fun out there. I got to hear you see live, and I love putting the perspective of going to a live show in conjunction with the recorded track, which happens in a studio. How much has the live scene taught you to grow as a musician?
Obviously, I'm in a different position than most. Being in high school, I try to avoid bar scenes and drinking scenes in general. So a lot of where I play is like family restaurants. Sure. I do private gigs as well. And restaurants are very interesting. There's a very wide range of them. Sometimes you can have shows where you can engage with the audience and they'll tell you play this song or they love what they heard. Sometimes it's a listening room and you just play your stuff and they're eating their food and they could care less about what's on. But and then there's some venues that I can play and I can tell the stories behind the songs and it's a great time. It's kind of my own like stage, like the Courtyard that you went to. That's a family-owned kind of thing with connection that I have, and it was kind of more of a intimate setting, I guess, compared to like most restaurants that I play at.
Let me get this for you. There's a lot of, because I've been in this business now for a long time, media-wise, over 20 years, and music business back for the last 5. What's the most challenging part of being an artist?
Honestly, I would say, like I've always said, all of this is networking. It's knowing people and meeting people along the way that can help you out. And if I'm a super awkward person, truthfully, in front of this guitar, if I don't have this in front of me, I am a very hard person to engage with. But just be yourself. And if people don't like it, you're going to take no's along the way. And those can be hard to listen to sometimes, but it's criticism at the end of the day. And it's just to help you build up. And if you want this that badly, just go after it. Be headstrong with it. And you'll get what you set out for if you believe in yourself.
Well said, my friend. Yep, that's 5 years ago when I took a risk to put this back out there. Yes, well said. I understand the music business inside and out. And back to Evan here too as well. I feel like the price is right. If you ever had to switch, all right, good. I actually like that. Good question. If you ever switch to a different genre, what would it be?
Rock would probably be the easiest because there's obviously different variations of rock. I do listen to a lot of old school 80s, 70s stuff with my grandpa. He loves 70s rock. So probably rock. That's a good question. I've never thought about that.
That's pretty cool. I like that too. There's another one that Zan is asking on there too. I can't put it on the screen, so we'll have to answer that one off air too at the same time because it's music protocol and some ethics out there too that I've got to hold. Yeah. It's not a bad question. It's just something's got to be answered off the air too out there too at the same time. So we'll respect that, and Breylon will try to get to that answer, Zan, and for the latest question off the air too. As you go through this whole thing, and your mom was telling me too, it's one thing picking up a guitar, learning some of those minor major scales, those chords, things like that out there too as well. And like you said, it's one thing to kind of pour your heart and soul into it and kind of stick to it, which I love it too, because knowing how this business is challenging. Give me some obviously finishing high school, you got to do that, but are you thinking about taking this as a career down the road and maybe looking at a college? Not to say Belmont comes to mind because everybody I've had on as singer-songwriters, they've gone there to major in music. Or do you want to go to college and do this kind of major in something else and minor in music? Or where does music factor in to go to college?
Man, I was thinking about this the other day. I didn't know I would be here. And I'm built a following and I love where I'm at. And I never thought I could keep going with this. I would love to go to college. I really want to major in accounting. It's a very solid plan, and you can do it across the globe. You can do it anywhere. I love the traveling aspect. And a minor in music I wouldn't hate to do. But I honestly couldn't tell you where I'm going to be in 7 years' time. I would love to still be playing music. But if that's not what's in the cards, then I'll be doing someone's taxes, I guess.
Hey, do you ever look back and you say to yourself, since you've been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years, looking back and you say, is Nashville in the rearview mirror? Is that something you want to pursue? Because I know a lot of people say that, when they're that age, man, they've cashed in all the chips. It's like going to a casino. They grab their guitar, whatever vehicle they have. They're like, you know what? I'm going there because I got to be there because that's where magic happens. That's Music City. That's where all the great singers and songwriters are. Has Nashville ever been in the back of your mind as you've progressed through this?
We went to Nashville, my family and I, for Christmas, for New Year's, I say. And it's music. I mean, that's it. It's Music City. It's people that haven't been there don't realize you walk the streets, it's music. You go into any restaurant, it's music. It's awesome. it's a very competitive place too. I know that, and
Yeah.
it's a different beast than where I do now. I'm not. I don't want to say I'm at the top of the food chain, but I'm comfortable where I'm at here because I know I can get into a venue because I'm a solid artist. But man, Nashville, as sweet as it would be, it would be a beast. It would be a hard challenge to fight.
It would, like I said, you got the connections here. You built up that fan base you talk about too as well. But I always say, sometimes you take that walk on the wild side. I did it with this thing called a radio show. It's paid off for me. So for a lot of Texas artists too, man, like Aaron Watson and Kevin Fowler and just all those great guys, Randall King, they put their foot in the water and they kind of said, you know what, I'm cashing in all the chips. I'm going for it too. And sometimes, but that's through growth, man. And like I said, you're just 16. You're going to get a lot better. Yeah. And I love what you've already done so far. And that's why we had to have you here on the show. Well, hey, I know you got one more for us, and then I've got a few more rapid fire questions. If you guys have questions, the audience, feel free to continue to ask them. We'll get as many as we can on the air there too before we check out for the weekend. Again, no shows tomorrow. And then back here, like I said, Monday with a couple of shows, 8 shows to be in fact, next week, Monday through Friday coming up there before we're in Fort Worth with Brantley Gilbert here in 2 weekends. A cover song, second choice?
Yeah, let me see. I might have something. Might do some.
I tell you what I love you did was that rendition of Riley Green. You did a great ballad of a song last week at Courtyard Cafe, which is fantastic. And I turned and looked at Mr. Deckard kind of sitting right next to me, and I just said, man, he's got it. He's got the it factor. He's got what it takes to make it in this thing called music. And I love your rendition of Riley Green's cover. And I believe it was a song. Was it Told You?
That's so? What I've been told.
That's what I've been told. I knew it had told.
Love that song. That's a good one. Man,
but hey, it's your choice, my friend, for the second performance.
That's a great. I might do that one. That's a good one.
All right. It's just something that kind of stuck out for me too. So I was gonna say, yeah, the YouTube thing here. Yeah, I have, Zandon. I've heard of an artist, Donis Moras. He's actually from from Vidor, Texas, or Beaumont, Texas. Here, yeah, Donis has come on the show a few times too, as well. And he says, play Wonderwall."
No, never gonna happen.
Never.
No, not on live. No, no. He knows that.
It's all good. So I guess we're gonna do Riley Green here, right?
I'm done with that.
Here we go. Breylon Cropper.
Chevy girl ain't no match for mailbox. Maybe cars are good for breaking glass. You can buy beer at 17, no you can't. But you don't have to lie if they don't ask. Girls don't like a kiss, it tastes like skull. At least that's what I've been told. They'll lock you up in jail for stealing stop signs. Biggest dog don't win in every fight. Don't make a bet you can't afford to lose. Don't jump off that river bridge at night. This road or even Broncos shouldn't go. At least that's what I've been told. If you're just saying prayers and you ain't praying, if both men ain't shook hands and it ain't so, when Daddy don't say nothing, you better listen. He won't be here for long. That girl ain't coming back if you let her go. At least that's what I've been told. You better buy your weekend beer before Sunday. Don't lay out all night before a game. Don't let Grandpa's Gibson go. Diesel trucks don't run on gasoline. You better never love a girl that your mama don't. At least that's what I've been told. If you're just saying prayers and you ain't praying, both men ain't shook hands and it ain't so. Daddy don't say say nothing, you better listen, 'cause you won't be here for long. And that girl ain't coming back if you let her go. At least that's what I've been told. That's what I've been told. When you tell that girl she's everything you want, 'cause you're gonna wish you did if you don't. If you're just saying prayers and you ain't praying, both men ain't shook hands and it ain't so. And he don't say nothing, you better listen, 'cause he won't be here for long. And that girl ain't coming back if you let her go. At least that's what I've been told. That's what I've been told. Every girl ain't no match for a mailbox. Baby guns are made for breaking glass. You can buy beer at 17, no you can't. Well, you don't have to lie if they don't ask.
One of the best covers right there. Riley Green, a little bit from Breylon Cropper here on the Backstage Pass. That's what I've been told. That's a country song, if there ever was one, written for so many years to come, too. It takes you through life's choices and things that we experience on an everyday basis out there, too. Appreciate you guys with the comments here. We'll try to get to some more. We'll come back with the final segment, final time out here on the Backstage Pass. Again, if you're looking for that perfect jewelry out there, too, look no further. The official jewelry sponsor of the show. Again, Jewelry by Tommy's got you covered. Email our friend Tom Burley at burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order. It's a perfect gift for your spouse, friend, or family member. BUEHRLE system@yahoo.com. It's handcrafted, handmade. It is Jewelry by Tommy. Also, our friends out there, too. We'll see him this weekend at some CD giveaways. Grammy-nominated recording artist Jonathan Bond, the best in country Christian music. Check him out at jonathanbond.com. You'll get that positive, uplifting message, or you can click that link right there on the screen. You see right there and go to the latest YouTube music video out there. It's Jonathan Bond, Grammy-nominated recording artist. We'll be seeing him in Nashville, too, at the Grand Ole Opry coming up Sunday, June the 9th, which is going to be very exciting there, too, as well. And I'm sure if you ask Breylon, he'd probably want to stand in that center circle one day at the Grand Ole Opry, which would actually paint the picture out there. Again, get your order in at Bangtail Whiskey, bangtail.com, the official whiskey sponsor of the show. More from them and more with Breylon Cropper here on the Backstage Pass, KKTC True Country 99.9, and, of course, HighTideCountry.net, powered by the Sports Guys Podcast.com. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
The Caden Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecadengordonshow.com. Again, that is thecadengordonshow.com.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And, of course, big show's coming up next week. 8, to be in fact. Hard to believe. Jess Kelly Adams will kick it off. Cindy Thompson, she's been on the Grand Ole Opry singing with Vince Gill, and a whole lot more. Doug Gray, the Marshall Tucker Band, Pam Tillis over the next few weeks, Julia Cole, a whole lot of great artists coming here on the show as we get ready for CMA Fest 2024. To cover it up there, too, and bring you exclusive coverage you're not going to get anywhere else here on the Backstage Pass for KKTC. True Country, 99.9, and our friends out there at HighTideCountry.net, and always live on the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass SG out there. As soon as you start typing that in, it's one of the first things to come up. No doubt about it, too. Back here with Breylon Cropper on the show. All right, let's have a little fun here, too. Let's see if we got any more questions, comments, good things in the margin out there, too. Great show, guys. Do you like the song Dancing Queen? Okay, Evan says.
I mean, it's not in my personal favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's an iconic song, obviously, but it's not. I wouldn't put it anywhere near any of my favorites.
So feeding off the YouTube channel out there too as well. Again, guys, go subscribe again to Breylon Cropper Music Online, and of course us, the Backstage Pass SG on. Again, YouTube out there, spread it to your friends, spread the word, have them subscribe out there too. Appreciate you guys following what we're doing out there too. All right, so you mentioned school takes up a lot of time and the gigs, but I got to ask, when it comes to binge watching something, what do you like to get into on TV?
What am I on right now? I just finished the second half of Big Bang. I started from season 6 and then went to the end, and then now I'm starting from the beginning, going to the middle. So Big Bang Theory. I love reality TV shows that are funny, and lots of crime shows like Dateline. Love Dateline. And me and my mom watched the show called Blacklist. That's a great show.
I hadn't seen that one too. Well, you mentioned that favorite food category already too, which is great out there too. But look, Southeast Texas has got a lot of food down here, especially in Beaumont. There's no, like I said, take your pick, whatever you want to go eat and that kind of thing. Me, I love some Italian food. So like when you go out to grab a little something, and I can tell you right now, that was the best chicken spaghetti I've had. It's your family, whoever made that last week for Courtyard was.
It's awesome. The best. It is the best.
Because normally I'm not a chicken spaghetti fan. I even told your mom that too at the same time, and our different family and friends that were around us too that day. But when you go outside of a family thing, maybe somewhere else, a Tijuanita is pretty good food or something else. What do you like to eat when you go out?
I do love Tia's. If I got to pick on like a random occasion, I love Italian food, and I love Frankie's in Beaumont. That's a good one. That's some good stuff. They've got great food.
I was just there last night, Breylon. It was eating with some friends. I love it, man. That's one of my worst things is to eat out. But it's like, you know what? During the week, I hate cooking. It's just one of those things too.
That's it.
All right. You mentioned music, long-term goals kind of coming up. Obviously, 2 more years of high school. I had you mistaken for like an upperclassman, junior, senior. But at the same time, I know more music's got to be down the pike, no doubt. Tell me about more music and some things you're looking to kind of put out there as we're now in the second quarter of 2024.
Okay, so this summer I'm working. I have a family friend out in Temple. I guess he's kind of like a second cousin. I really haven't figured out how we're related yet, but he's got a studio out there. I'm going to go visit him at some point. I'm going to take one of my songs and try and work with him and kind of get a feel for how he works. But there's some very talented studios in the area, and I really would like to see what sound I like the best. My last studio that I worked with for the single, was just two dudes, and they laid it down. They're really solid people. That's Ted Slaughter and Colin Slaughter. They're out in Beaumont. Great guys. They're awesome. I would like to see where I can get my best sound and what I like the most. And that's going to be kind of the goal for the summer. As for later, get past high school. I'm so ready for it. And then see where I go from there.
I love this. Robin Tunes. There you go. So he's your cousin, Rodney Pike.
Yes.
A little family clarification here too as well. Love that too. We talked about the food category, that kind of thing. So you mentioned the accountant thing. I think that's pretty awesome too, because one of my questions is always, if you weren't a working musician, what else would you be doing? I feel like you've got a little bit of that accountant profile there too as well. So I'm gonna have to get somebody else to do my taxes too, which is good out there too. I want to thank the entire audience for tuning in today. Again, go check out Breylon Cropper Music online and go get the latest single across all the streaming platforms, which is strong. There's more to come from this young Texas country artist. I'll be seeing you in Galveston, Texas, Saturday night at Kyle Park.
Yes, sir.
Margaritaville. It's gonna be good to have you and your mom as my guest out there. Hey, appreciate the time. Thanks so much for the love. Best of luck going forward in the journey. And you know what? The good thing about this is once you've come on one time, you got to come back and do it again to promote some of the new music. Always reach out to me. You know where I'm at because we're at the same place.
Yes, sir.
Which is good. The great Port Neches Groves High School in Southeast Texas, the best high school in the universe. Hey, thanks so much for jumping on, Breylon. Appreciate it. And going forward, looking forward to the new music. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
You got it. Breylon Cropper out there too. Check him out. Breylon Cropper Music online too out there, and strong is across all the streaming platforms. We're off tomorrow because I'm heading to the beach and we're going to have some fun at Kyle Park, do some giveaways down there, have some Jonathan Bond CDs down there too. Grammy nominated recording artist. I got my package in the mail the other day. And like I said, just kick ass and take names out there too to enjoy some of the great concert stuff. 2 weeks out from Brantley Gilbert and about 6 weeks out, we'll be in Nashville, Tennessee, CMA Fest 2024. June 6th to 9th, a couple of events, possibly going backstage at the Grand Ole Opry to do some broadcasts there too with a slew of artists too, some big names, some up-and-coming emerging artists. You got to stay tuned here. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel and catch us at 6:20 Mountain Time tonight on KKTC, True Country 99.9 in your car, and of course LMNOC streaming app out there too. If you need a link to that, it's on our Facebook page and everything out there too. 6:20 Mountain Time tonight in prime time there, and always at hightidecountry.net and powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Breylon Cropper Music online out there. Go give it a follow. We'll talk to you Monday. Jess Kelly Adams, Cindy Thompson here on the Backstage Pass. Until then, have a great weekend. God bless. Take care.